Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the week of reviews with a look at one of my favorite live albums. Um, this is an installment of Bob Dylan's Bootleg series, number 5 to be exact. The Rolling Thunder Review 1975. Now, like I said in the coming reviews trailer, the live coming reviews trailer on Sunday, I had been wanting to do this review for a while now, um, but I hadn't. I used to have a a um, a burned copy of this record, but it wasn't complete. And actually, one of my favorite songs, which we'll get to momentarily, was missing, and now it's not because I have a complete version of the record. But this record, this collection was recorded during the 1975 leg of the Rolling Thunder Review. Now, for those of you that don't know or missed my Rolling Thunder Review documentary review, the Rolling Thunder Review was basically the Desire Tour of 1975, and it also had a revolving door of artists, a lazy Susan of artists that would come in and out of the tour. Among them, Joni Mitchell, Roger McGuinn of the Byrds, Joan Baez. Actually, she was pretty much a mainstay. And by the way, I think this was the first time since the early 60s that Joan and Bob had performed together. But so basically, this tour was the Desire Tour. So he was doing a wealth of material from Desire, which, by the way, is a great record, and we will be probably reviewing that at some point too. But some of my favorites include the very first song on the collection, a song from Nashville Skyline, "Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You," which is probably one of my all-time favorite Bob Dylan songs, period. And I love the version of "Hard Rain's Gonna Fall" because it rocks so hard. Pun intended. But and one of my favorites from Desire, "Romance in Durango," which kind of reminds me of romance in Durango has always felt rather cinematic to me, meaning that it would almost seem like that story could be told in a movie. As a matter of fact, Bob was working on a movie at the time of the Rolling Thunder Review as well, called Ronaldo and Clara, which I think I touched on in our documentary review, but I don't remember. And another one of my favorites is another one of my all-time favorite Bob Dylan songs It Takes a Lot to Laugh, but It Takes a Train to Cry, from Highway 61. And The Water is Wide is another one of my favorites. Just Like a Woman, um, Love Minus Zero, No Limit, and of course Hurricane, which was written um, in protest to Reuben Hurricane Carter's incarceration. As a matter of fact, during one of the shows, I think the show, I want to say Madison Square Garden in '75, there was a hookup uh, where Reuben called in to Madison Square during the show from his prison cell, and or from prison, and they patched it in to the garden so he could be heard, and say what he needed to say. But actually, according to the story, um, it sounds like Reuben Hurricane Carter was falsely arrested for robbery. Basically, he was wrongly convicted, and Bob, among others, were trying to get him out. And I used to have a documentary on the Rolling Thunder Review, called The Rolling Thunder Review in the Gospel Years, but unfortunately, I don't anymore. And but in this documentary, Reuben goes into the background of his arrest and incarceration extensively. So if you want to check it out, do so. But also, another one of my favorites is I Shall Be Released. And actually, the Bob and Joan Baez do a couple duets. Among those, I Shall Be Released, and just like and Love Minus Zero, The Water is Wide, and Blowing in the Wind, and and they also do Mama, which is another great song. So overall, this record is one of my favorites of the Bootleg series, and there was a bonus DVD that was released with the collection, with video footage of Tangled Up in Blue, and audio only take of Isis, I believe. And so if you wanna check it out, you can. And so this collection was released on November 26th of 2002, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna put a link up in the cards to our review of the Rolling Thunder Review documentary by Martin Scorsese that we did some time ago. And also, like I said, I'm gonna, in the coming reviews trailer on Sunday, I'm gonna create a playlist for the Rolling Thunder Review documentary and the Rolling Thunder Review bootleg series, which will include the documentary review and this one. So be looking for that too. I give this 5 stars. The Hard Rain record was called from shows from the 1976 version of the tour. Shot and produced by Anambra, audio and video provided by WeVideo and the YouTube Music Library, photos taken from Google Images, screen recording taken from Wikipedia. Achieved using iPicky.com.